Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call, and the doors will be closing soon.
Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us for yet another edition of the ResortLoop.com podcast. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And this is episode 24 of ResortLoop.com. What do you think, Bob?
Right. That's fantastic. You had a line before we started recording. What was it you said?
Was it we're almost 25% of the way to 100 episodes?
Wow. You think people will hang out or hang in there with us for 100 episodes?
I'm hoping, because the audience is growing. You have an announcement to make, Bob? I know you like to make these announcements.
Oh, I get to make this.
I think you need to do it.
All right, fantastic. Well, as our last podcast, we said we were hoping for some South Pacific action on people listening to us. Ask and you shall receive. We are now heard in the Philippines.
Woo!
So thank you very much for listening to us in the Philippines. That is just really cool.
It's always very exciting news.
Oh, that is, it's like opening a Christmas present.
I will say,
fantastic.
It's excellent, but I will tell you, I want Australia and New Zealand.
I know, and we don't have any of the countries on the continent of Africa either.
Oh,
now I will say this.
Yes.
I will say this. The big one. If we can get this one, we will be the number one podcast in the nation.
Hit us.
Possibly the country, or the world, I should say. If we can get Antarctica.
Oh, yes.
I'm not sure that we can get that one. That may be a continent we don't get, but we're going to try.
I think we need to go for it.
Fantastic. Hey, Tim, I got a shout out. Can I throw it out there?
Throw it.
All right. This comes from our Facebook, ResortLoop.com, our Facebook page, from Natalie Verberk. Natalie, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm horrible at that kind of stuff. But anyway, Natalie says, hey, guys, I listened to 4 other podcasts about Disney, but I like yours the best. Thanks.
Oh.
So, Natalie, thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalie.
Yeah.
Awesome. And also, we have a new review on iTunes. Can we share it with our listeners?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, this is from, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Yuki Rob 27. And here it is.
Yeah, I don't think you were.
You don't think so? I think I'm pretty close.
I think you were right.
Let us know, let us know, Yuki Rob 27. But here he says, I am a 29-year-old Chicagoan, and we know that's my kind of town. And my friends and I work for the airlines and come to Walt Disney World quite a bit. We love drinks around the world and park hopping. This podcast is great. Love the resort reviews. But then he goes on to say, maybe do a podcast for people that are exclusively hoppers and are more young adults. Thanks, guys. So I can see it.
Absolutely. We have been working feverishly, and actually that's how we ended up having to cancel on him a couple of times because there was a
feverish.
fever. But we're working on our buddy Scott in Wisconsin. We got to get that hooked up so we can get a college student's perspective on Walt Disney World and younger perspective. We're a couple of old guys with kids. Nobody wants to hear from us.
No, we're boring. Just ask our kids.
And can I just throw out there how jealous I am of those that do work for the airline industry that get the free flights and can just hop on a plane whenever they feel like and go someplace. That is so cool.
That has to be the best perk, but the worst perk has to be in dealing with the public. I've seen what those people have to deal with. They are saints.
Yeah, I only asked for a pillow once. Come on, what?
I've seen. No, you're a very demanding person. Come on, who are you kidding? Get Patty on the line.
I refuse to turn off my electronic device. I'm just saying,
Rebel.
I'm just saying,
Rebel. And we hope to have other people on the show also, because as we went into the show, we said this isn't about us. This is about everybody out there.
Absolutely, exactly. We're kind of Patty actually said, we're kind of like a clearinghouse for others' ideas and information to get out, because we love it so much. We're taking a lot of the stuff that you guys give us,
Yes,
and using it ourselves. So this is a little self-serving too. Got to be honest.
it is. But we try to give you credit. We know it's not about. We're not that.
That's
I'll talk for myself. I'm not that bright. Let's be honest.
now you're talking for both of us. It's okay. So what are we going to talk about today, Tim?
Well, we should probably hit the ground running. We are going to compare the two baby deluxe resorts. What do I mean by baby deluxe resorts, Bob?
Well, everybody looks at Animal Kingdom and Animal Kingdom Lodge and the Wilderness Lodge as kind of the in between the moderates and the deluxes. They always get left out. We actually have left them out of our deluxe resort reviews in the past, but where do they fall? So we kind of wanted to compare them and give our own opinion on which ones we like and kind of let you guys decide. Are the Animal Kingdom Lodge and the Wilderness Lodge, are they in between moderates and deluxes, or are they the true deluxes as you would think of the Polynesian and the Contemporary and all of those? So that's kind of what we thought we'd talk about today.
Yes. My view is I think they're like a ultra moderate. I'm going by room size. Transportation's a little more difficult, but there's a bunch of extra perks that you don't have in the moderates. That's my thought on it. Right. Where do you stand,
Well,
Bob?
let's I still consider them deluxe resorts, and I'll tell you why. They both have, and this is again my opinion and my opinion alone, but both of those resorts, I think, have some of the best restaurants on Disney property. So that alone, plus how very nice their pools are. They're very well themed. The Animal Kingdom Lodge pool is a zero entry pool, which I love those zero entry pools. I think they're inside corridors as opposed to the value or the moderates, which are outside corridors. Are they necessarily in the best locations? No. Now, I will say, I think it's a mistake that Disney does not have a train or some sort of walking path or something, some way for the people from Animal Kingdom Lodge to get to the Animal Kingdom.
There should be something. I agree with that.
It's right there. It just screams of having a nice steam locomotive. Walt Disney was huge on trains. You've got the train that goes to Camp Mini Mickey, or not Camp Mini Mickey, but Rafiki's Planet Watch over at Animal Kingdom. You could tie that all in and all together, and I think that would really propel the Animal Kingdom Lodge to a little bit higher level. With the Wilderness Lodge, you've got, of course, the boat that will take you to Magic Kingdom, so that's always a plus for me.
I got to be honest. I think you're selling me on the leaning more deluxe because I thought of something else.
Hit me.
Something these resorts have that the moderates don't is a concierge level.
Yes, they do. And it's my understanding that, and we've never been invited, hint, hint, to any of the concierge at either one of them, but I would love to see the Animal Kingdom Lodge concierge. I think it's got to be phenomenal.
It has to be great.
With the Savannah views and all of that. Now, I'm not a huge animal person, so I can take or leave the animals. We are, and again, going back to the self-serving part, we're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge in June when we go down. So we're not getting a Savannah view. Because I don't really necessarily need to see the animals. We're not going to stay that much in the room.
Right.
But the deal was just so good. So, let me just run this by you. And this is something that I find very interesting with the Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge. When we checked into the rooms, Pop Century, and I'm just going to throw some numbers out here. I hate throwing numbers out.
Don't freak me out with numbers.
Yeah, I zone out when people start throwing numbers out. But let me just throw this out to you. Pop Century at the time was $1,600 around about. Port Orleans Riverside was $2,000.
Okay.
Animal Kingdom Lodge was $2,200.
Hey.
So, and now this was with four. This was a 5-night stay with 4 park hopper or for 4 tickets.
All right.
For the 4 of us. So, for 4 nights, 4 days worth of tickets. So, let me ask you this: with Port Orleans being $2,000 and Animal Kingdom Lodge being $2,200, which one are you going to stay at?
I'm going Animal Kingdom Lodge. I agree with you.
Why is that? Because that's what we decided too. But why would you do that?
One, the lobby's just gorgeous.
Yes.
Plus, the restaurants, whatever the aromas that come from those restaurants, if they don't make you hungry, you're not human.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's just so many activities around the Animal Kingdom Lodge also that you don't have anywhere else.
Right. You've got the night vision goggles that you can go out on that little savannah path that you can look out at the animals with the night vision goggles. We're kind of looking forward to doing that. That was
really cool. You guys will really enjoy that.
I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. We have sat there and around the fireside and listened to the fireside stories from that gentleman from Africa that tells the stories. Great storyteller. Very interesting. I mean, it's captivating. When you have young kids, and my kids were probably 8 and 6 back then when we stayed there, they were captivated. They wanted to sit around and listen to this guy tell a story about some kind of pheasant. I can't remember what kind of pheasant it was, but it was, who would think that kids that little would actually sit and listen to a story? But it's... I really like that. I like that they have more to do there. Where the moderates, you're kind of on your own, right?
Yes. I know at the Animal Kingdom Lodge last time we were there, I believe they had like a little pamphlet or something listing activities. It was very similar to a cruise ship, where they just every day they had activities at different times.
Wow!
Like I remember at one point the kids went down and got like a rubbing off of something on the floor. I'm blanking as to what it was called right now, but they love that. That was really cool. And there's lots of...
wow.
It's kind of like the Animal Kingdom itself. It's like a place you can really explore and find lots of details.
Yeah, there's so much to do there. And like I said, the pools are beautiful. You've got that Savannah walk there. Now, Animal Kingdom Lodge is the newest. Is that correct? I believe it's the newest of the deluxe resorts. It was built in 2001
yes.
When it opened up.
I believe you're correct.
And Wilderness Lodge opened in 94. So it's a little bit older. However, you can't tell. I mean, they're both very well kept. Wilderness Lodge has fewer rooms than the Animal Kingdom Lodge. But I tell you what I do love about the Wilderness Lodge, again, is that extra way to get to the parks. You can take the buses, you can obviously drive if you have a car, but you can take that boat over to the Magic Kingdom. And to me, that's huge. Having that extra ability to get to the parks is big. I think it's big.
That's a great perk if you have the young kids. You're going to be at the Magic Kingdom a lot.
Right.
I would lean that way.
And I know that because we've stayed at the Wilderness Lodge as well, and Wilderness Lodge, if the main pool is crowded, hint, hint, go over to the Villas pool, which isn't usually very crowded. The Villas pool is kind of cool because it has these bubbling jets from underneath that make it seem like it's a hot springs.
I do love my hot springs.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
I know you do. Well, the pool in your backyard has the hot springs.
So that's true.
That's very nice.
I love the jets.
And here's another thing that the Wilderness Lodge has that Animal Kingdom does not is you have the water pageant every night.
Classic Disney
water pageant. Yes. I love that thing. So
love it.
We check that out every time we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you were to go, to which one do you think you would go to?
At this point, with the kids the ages that I have now, 17 and 11,
Yeah.
I would probably go the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Really?
I would go Animal Kingdom Lodge.
And why is that?
Well, we've stayed there before, a couple years ago, and the kids loved it. And like I said, the pool there is huge. Love how it's laid out. Love the, was it the Mara, the food court there?
Yeah, Mara.
They had lots of really good.
Restaurant. Yeah.
Yes, they had. I wish I could remember what we ordered. They had like a wide variety of things that were just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Can I interrupt real quick there?
please, yes.
A little tip for anybody that gets the free dining, and it's the counter service dining. Go to the deluxe resorts for your counter service if you're not inside the parks, because Mara, like you said, is phenomenal. The one at the Polynesian is fantastic.
Oh, Captain
and
Cook's.
So is Captain Cook's. That's right, and so is the one over at the Grand Floridian. The food was fantastic. It was so much better than just getting your burgers and chicken tenders. So, yeah, that's. I apologize for interrupting you.
No.
I had that pop in my head. We did that. We had the free counter service, and those were the best meals we had the entire time. It was just about as good as eating at any restaurant outside of the park. So. But so you like the pool, you like the restaurants, the theming.
Oh, the theming's fantastic. It's very, very well done. It's almost like Disney knows how to theme a hotel. And we talked about this with the moderates. The location of the Animal Kingdom Lodge seems like it's kind of far away. But if you're like us and we like to take our cars, it's in a great location.
Right.
Because they get you out there to the main drive there, World Drive, where you can get to the other parks, really, really quickly.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. And let me just say this. This is just a theory of mine, too. And you chime in on this, please.
Sure.
I think that if you're going to use Disney transportation, the best places to stay if you're going to use Disney transportation are the deluxe resorts, because there are fewer people using, I think, the buses at the deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
You've got more rental cars, more people that drive in. Whereas if you're staying at Pop Century or the All-Stars, which I think the All-Stars, don't get me wrong, Disney does a great job, but you and I are not public transportation people. We drive to work every day.
That's right.
On our own.
Yes.
So maybe it's great. I've heard reviews where actually Disney does a very, very good job compared to other public transportations around the country and the world. But it's tough at the All-Stars.
Yes.
Because there's so many people at those resorts, and
yes.
Everybody, it seems like, is using those buses. So,
and there's no worse feeling in the world than when you're on vacation waiting for a bus, and the bus gets there, your bus, and you can't make it on that bus because there's too many people, and you're waiting for the next bus. I don't like that at all.
Yep. Yeah, and especially when you got young kids, they're tired. They don't understand why you can't get on that bus. But that's the bus we're supposed to take. I want to go back to the room and sleep. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But yeah, Mara, I love Mara. We love. As a matter of fact, I think that's going to be our first meal, because I can't get into Ohana.
Yeah,
no matter how hard I try.
Are you still trying? You got to keep trying.
Of course, I'm still trying.
Okay.
So let me rant real quick.
Sure.
Since I brought that up, please, if you're going to make restaurant reservations, go to that restaurant when you have the reservations. Don't make the restaurant reservation and don't show up, because those of us that want to go can't get the reservations because they're all booked up. So that's I'm off my soapbox there. But
your vacation's getting close, aren't you? You're starting to panic. I need Ohana.
Panic. I got no place to eat.
I will say, I know last time we were at Mara, I noticed that they actually sold bottles of South African wine there, and I thought that was really cool.
That is very cool.
So, I mean, you could grab a quick
bottle of
wine, and then they had the zebra domes down there in the cooler. You could take those back to the room.
You have told me about the zebra domes.
I say you give it a try. Give it a try.
Absolutely.
Give it a try.
You're on vacation. Why wouldn't you? Oh my goodness. Well, and then again, at Wilderness Lodge, you've got Artist Point, which is a beautiful restaurant.
Mm-hmm. That's a signature restaurant.
Right. You get your Roaring Forks, which is down near the pool. And, of course, Whispering Canyon Cafe.
A raucous meal.
Is, a raucous meal. And make sure you ask for more ketchup, right?
Absolutely.
I will say, I've had a lot of great service at a lot of the restaurants at Walt Disney World, as you have too, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
But there's a guy, and I wish I could remember his name. I can see his face, but I can't remember his name. He's been our waiter twice at the Whispering Canyon Cafe. He's got salt and pepper hair, great guy, and he is probably the best waiter I have ever had at any restaurant I've ever been to.
Oh, hey.
He is phenomenal. Yeah, he's good. So if you see a guy with salt and pepper hair, it's probably him over at Whispering Canyon, unless he's become a multimillionaire with as much as I've tipped him out in the past. I don't know. So
he was invested in his portfolio.
I hope so.
I will say.
So
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I know we touched on the Mara at the with the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Now, the Roaring Fork at the Wilderness Lodge is much smaller of a counter service restaurant. But
yeah, it's very small, yeah.
It's small, but whenever we've gone there, I've always been able to find something that was actually pretty good. I mean, the selection is less, but what they have there usually seem to be pretty good.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this question, because being at a deluxe resort, do you go with the refillable mug, being that you have coffee in your room? Because typically that's why we get it, is for the coffee. Do you get it because you got coffee in the room?
I think the only time we got it, I think I might have paid for it once, and I think we had it in a package another time. But, now that the coffee is going to be that Joffrey's coffee, I might consider it.
Yeah. Yeah, we like we're big on refillable mugs. We do enjoy them because pop is so expensive. And I did say pop. We're from Northeast Ohio.
We say pop. We're not talking about the weasel. Pop goes the weasel and the weasel goes pop. No,
not at all. And of course, both Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge have the villas now, which came out in 2009 at Animal Kingdom and 2002 at Wilderness Lodge. Have you stayed at either one of those?
I've not stayed at either, and I've not even been over to Kidani Village, so I'm not even qualified to talk on that one. I've heard great things, but I've not been.
Me too.
So that's your assignment, is to check those out while you're there.
I know, and I can't remember if it was on mic or off mic when we talked to Safari Mike about Animal Kingdom, and he really talked those up, those villas over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So, that would be something that would be very nice if the Disney company would like to throw us a little bone out there for us to check it out. We'd be more than happy to.
We are happy to review any of your resorts.
Yes.
Especially the deluxe. Or the moderates or the value. We're not picky.
So that being said, I got to ask this question because it goes back to what I was saying about the, staying, comparing Animal Kingdom or Port Orleans, because the price was only $200.
Right.
Okay. Now, you and I both have, we're a family of four. So it's a little bit different for us because we're a lot of people who are a family of five or more, it becomes more of a necessity to get a bigger room. But Let me ask you this. I was also looking at the same time, and again, remember, the Animal Kingdom Lodge was $2,200. The Art of Animation Suite at that time was $2,600.
Wow.
So $400 more to stay at the Art of Animation Suite. Do you think that is worth it?
No, I've not been to the Art of Animation. You're going to stay. I've not been there, and I've not checked it out too much, but I think you're paying more for less. What do you think?
Yeah, well, again, being that we're a family of four, we don't mind. Oh, and real quick, just to throw this out too, Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge both have queen beds and bunk beds. So we're trying for the queen bed with the bunk beds, so the kids can have the bunk beds, and Patty and I'll have the queen bed.
Okay.
But being that there's only 4 of us, we don't need the extra space.
Oh, so the art animation was a suite. It wasn't one of the standard rooms there. So you'd get a little more room.
It was the suite. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if you like you said, if you had a family of 5 or 6, I would probably give that a shot.
Yeah, you want the extra room. Now, I can't remember. Do those suites have an extra bathroom? Is that the deal?
I believe they do. I know we stayed at the family suite at the Music a few years ago, and I think it was the same setup. But you have 2 bathrooms, the family room and a separate bedroom and a little kitchen area.
Now, let me ask you this question. Does it depend on the time of year that you go as well? Because if you're going to go when it's colder or wetter with a lot of rain, how important are those interior corridors then?
Oh, well, I guess if you're taking your car, you're going to be outside getting to your car anyway. And the animation has interior corridors, right? Art of Animation, is that interior now?
Yeah. Right. But they're the only ones.
Right.
So if you're going to stay at any of the other ones, Pop Century or All Stars or any of the moderates, you're outside. And I guess what I'm getting at is, if you're stuck inside, if you're stuck in your room, would it be better to be in a deluxe where you can go down to the restaurants, or go to the main building, which is where you're at, without going out into the elements?
I would think so.
Yeah. See, I agree.
I know. I normally prefer the interior doors.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's me. Me too.
I know when it storms and you're staying at the Contemporary, you can do a whole lot and not get wet just by resort hopping and taking the monorail. So that's always a nice way to kill a rainy afternoon.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a great great part of being on those Resort Loop deluxe resorts. And again, that's the problem with, and maybe that's why Disney prices Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge as low as they do, because they are separated. They're separated from really everything. We went over the Epcot resorts, and they're kind of close together at least. But you're kind of out there on your own with Wilderness and Animal Kingdom. So
yeah, you're out there, but you can look at it half full or half empty, kind of like our show. It could be a positive or a negative.
I'm half empty. You're half full. Is that?
Yeah, I think either way, it fills it up.
Many people have said I'm full of it. I don't know. But, one of the nice things too, real quick, and we can wrap this up. But there is a nice path that goes between Wilderness Lodge. Many people don't know about it, but it goes between Wilderness Lodge and the Fort Wilderness Campground.
Okay.
And it's a nice little stroll through, as long as the weather cooperates. You can take a walk down through there or ride your bike over there. And it's very cool. That's very nice.
Is that the old Fort Wilderness jogging exercise trail they used to have? Do you know?
I believe it is.
Okay.
I believe it is. And of course, then you can walk over to my favorite restaurant of all, which is Trail's End.
That is.
I love Trail. Oh. They have meat there. They have lots of meat there. Now, real quick question off the top of your head. Do you know, do they do the nighttime movies at Animal Kingdom Lodge? I know they do it at Wilderness Lodge, but I'm not sure, because they do it on the beach over at the Wilderness Lodge. I don't know if they do the evening movies over at Animal Kingdom Lodge. We'll have to check that out. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, I can't say I've heard anything, but I can't say.
So, well, final opinion then. So you have a choice between the Animal Kingdom Lodge and the Wilderness Lodge. And you're going to stay at, where you stand?
I'm going to stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, but it's really you can't lose out either way. They're both fantastic. It's one of those things you have to look and see, base location, maybe the age of your kids, amenities, and go with that. I would say for a better food variety, Animal Kingdom Lodge. For a better location for the Magic Kingdom, I'd go Wilderness Lodge. How about you?
There you go.
Turn it around. What do you think?
You know what? You encapsulated the whole thing. That was perfect.
Wow.
You're exactly right.
Epiphany.
I know, wow.
Epiphany. Write down this show number. I will refer to this number forever. 24.
And see that? Now the people in the Philippines have heard how brilliant you are. It's awesome. That's awesome. No, you're exactly right. It all depends on your taste. It depends on what you're looking to do. I have a hard time. I always have a hard time deciding between Wilderness Lodge and the Animal Kingdom Lodge. But I do know this. It's tough when you're looking at a resort and you're looking at the deals that Disney has, which right now they've got that 30% off select resorts between June 13th and August 14th. It's tough. It is tough to decide because you got a good deal there, and usually the good deal, the really, really good deal, is either at Animal Kingdom Lodge or Wilderness Lodge or both, and you're getting a better deal, I think, than staying at a moderate or one of the values to stay at one of those.
Yeah, well, you did it smart. You priced everything out and looked up your best option because, for $200 more, I mean, if it's a choice between, go or not go, save the $200, but if you can swing it, that's the way to go.
Yeah, when you're talking about and really, I mean that was $20 a day.
Right.
I mean, am I going to stay at Port Orleans for where $20 more every day I can stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge? No, I'm staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So, yeah. So, but that's all I got. I think we've thrown enough information out there to make everybody crazy. So, good luck.
All right, Bob. Well, I think we better wrap it up.
Sounds good to me. That's all I got anyway. All
right, excellent. Well, I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter at ResortLoopTim. You can follow me on Facebook. Look me up at ResortLoopTim over there.
And I'm Bob Collar, Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter. And please rate and review us on iTunes and follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/ResortLoop.
Excellent. And once again, you're listening to ResortLoop.com, your gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.
I love the Jets.